Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name's Noelle and I review and unbox subscription boxes. And today I have a mystical, magical box that has been sent to me for review once again. It is Birdmoss. I truly love this very unique box. I feel like it does take a few boxes or a few unboxings at least to start to understand the alchemy of it. It's $45 per month now, but you can save $7 using the code Noelle. As always, I'll leave all of that information for you in the description box below. But because this box does often sell out and she's often taking pre-orders a couple of months in advance, she often also has all kinds of other deals for you, whether that's a free bonus item or even a free box. So by all means, do use those codes should you desire to do so. I really appreciate those of you who have gone above and beyond and let her know that you found Birdmoss on my channel. All of that goes a long ways to create really strong collaborations with the different boxes that I open here. So just to let you know, I do really appreciate that, and so do the box owners that receive those little notes from you, whether it's in the checkout or as a separate email. Let's go ahead though and dive into this box. This is actually the August box, which I did receive in August, but you will see, I will try to explain to you, I actually opened up the box to let a little light, a little air in for one of the items that's in here, and I kind of misplaced it and kind of left it off to the side because it was enjoying the sunshine, but I have remembered now that I wanted to share it with you, so let's go ahead and dive in. If you are new to my channel, I unbox all kinds of subscription boxes, mostly lifestyle boxes, but also books, beauty, jewelry, and even some home decor. So if you enjoy unboxings, particularly subscription boxes, I do hope that you'll consider subscribing to my channel and hitting the notification bell, and that way you will find out whenever I post new videos, which is every single day, whenever I announce giveaways, and there's always a secret password giveaway going on as a way of thanking subscribers. And of course, whenever I go live, I just went live on the 8th, but hopefully I will be going live again next month as well. All right, so we open it up and then we have our sort of signature poem, and really this whole box is like a poem. So let me just read the description to you once again. Birdmoss box subscribers say it's like getting a daydream in the mail. With each box, you will receive works of art and self-care rituals that engage all of the senses to create an immersive, magical experience. Think of it as a package from a friend who cherishes your delightful heart and spirit. So not only do you get these handwritten notes that go along with the box and tell you about the items in the box, you also get fun emails that sort of add to the mystery, add to the experience. It is just really a really cool idea, really cool concept that is well executed. So this poem says, gather pen, paper, matches. This is the start of it all, when finally dusk begins to fall and muffle the day's noises and needs. It starts with a tug, a beckoning scent, a rustle, the faint rattle of seeds you didn't know you were missing from a story pouring forward in another place. You break the seal and feel the skating brush of a wing. I love how the rhyme ends there. So here we go. We have this nice dark tissue paper, our beautiful silver seal, which yes, I did pry open, like I said, ahead of time, and I'm going to share with you in a moment what that item is that needed a little bit of light, a little bit of air. So this theme for August was the hollow tree offerings, and we have this beautiful image here of a nice tree in a deep dark forest with all kinds of things kind of hanging from its branches as natural ornaments. And we have another poem on the back, which I will read to you. Crows, foxes, bees, and squirrels, all of them make occasional journeys to honor the hollow tree. The hollow tree is both living and dead. Her heartwood has decayed, but her cavernous center is scaffolded by vigorous growing sapwood. Existing in the space between, the liminal space, she possesses knowledge of mysteries both beautiful and dark. Her visitors whisper to her about their hopes, fears, and questions. They bring her precious tokens, feathers, pebbles, seed casings. Some bring those offerings to thank her for her insight. Others bring them to declare a deep affection which words cannot express. So it's like this tree of trust where all of it's still living because of how animals and items congregate there. I love that image. All right. So in addition to that postcard, that beautiful image, we have our letter, and I always love that it's typewritten, but then she has also kind of written little notes along the side, scribbled little extra messages for us. It just feels like you're discovering something. It really truly feels like a treasure. And then I also just kind of think that it's neat that other people are experiencing that same box, that same magic along with you all over the place, right? So let me see if I can kind of prop this up next to me, and I'll give you guys a little sneak peek of the box. So here is what this looks like. So you can see there's a little color. We have a little bit of special cushioning in there, which we will get to in just a second, and that will be the special bit. So first we have from Visions in the Darkness. So I probably won't be able to read all of the little annotations for you, but I will do my best. We have a colorful garland. And you can hear there is a bell, and I just love this. So it's these little like hens, these little chickadees, and then of course, yes, it has a bell at the bottom. It says, as you approach the hollow tree, you hear a gentle hubbub of bells, chimes, and rattling seeds. The tree is adorned with weather-worn flags and hangings. A colorful garland of birds catches your eye. So yes, it's just like all decorated with things that, you know, friends of the forest have brought together, but I just thought that was a nice little chime, and it's just very little colorful accents you could put in any corner or just on the edge of your bookshelf. I thought that was really sweet. It says, each bird in the strand signifies a generation. So many birds and their ancestors have made this journey. And then around the title, Visions in the Darkness, it says, you join a procession making their way through the forest. How young we are, how little we know. I just thought this was really, really sweet. I love this, and I love the little bells and the idea of finding this tree that's got some like music going on. The next thing is this mini pin brooch. It's this little guy, which I think is so sweet. So more birds. It's a nuthatch brooch. It says the tree is host to some permanent residents in addition to the many sojourners who pass through. A legacy of nuthatches tend to the tree, feeding on the ants that traipse in swirling patterns between the outside and inside of her trunk. They cache their seeds and nuts in her bark, creating dotted line patterns. One bold nuthatch alights on your collar, then investigates the folds in your clothes. So you can put it on your collar. What a great little fall accent piece. It says the birds and insects that pass in and out of the hollow are known to have visions. Will you? Maybe with my special pin, my little amulet here. All right, you guys. Now the item, I'm going to pull the other items that are kind of nesting on top of it out to share with you the item that needed a little bit of light and air. So we have this lovely nest of moss, so some Spanish moss, or Pele's hair is sometimes how I would heard it referred to back in Hawaii, and we have quite a bit. Now it has kind of taken the shape of the box, and I didn't fluff it up, but I will eventually now that I get to have this box open. It says, in this part of the forest, silvery moss drips from the trees, sometimes called crone's hair. It is used by the nuthatches in their nesting rituals. They stuff it inside holes in trees to create living, growing nests imbued with protective properties. It calls up the wisdom of crones, the oversight of ancestors, and the abiding love of the hollow tree. You receive a generous portion of crone's hair, as well as a wooden hoop and length of cord to help you display it. It says, build a nest of moss, which living grows to embrace your small, precious eggs. So I just love this. It's just such a great like decorative piece as well for the fall, right? You can have it hanging out of a bowl, or you can use this little wooden hoop and twine, or kind of more than twine, it's more like a rope. So you can actually hang it over that, and then you can hang it on your railing outside. I think it looks really cool hanging from the eaves. You don't want it to get super duper wet. She did include a nice instruction sheet talking about it. Oh, dreamer, I hope you love this month's Birdmoss box. Among your treasures, an abundant portion of silvery Spanish moss. It's not a true moss, it's a flowering air plant. It is normal to find twigs and leaves from other plants amongst your moss. It is also normal for the moss to be dry and brown after it's dripped through the mail. Your moss was treated with an organic pesticide with a very short half-life. Revive your moss with a quick swish in water, drain it thoroughly. Going forward, mist it a few times a week or dunk it in water every week or two. It loves humidity, so it may be happy in your bathroom. However, it does not like to be soaking wet, so do not leave it submerged. It usually does well in partial to full sun. So even though you kind of think of it being in a deep dark forest, it does need a little bit of sunlight. And so of course it says your box includes a kit to create a hanging display, or you can simply drape your moss over a bowl, and I hope that you'll share photos. So I will have to find a place for it, but I do think it will look kind of cool. I might even just drape it over my fireplace screen for now to kind of give that like kind of fall-ish vibe, even though it doesn't get a lot of light there. Don't worry, I don't actually light fires in my fireplace these days, just like candles for some ambiance, but I think that might look really pretty and be a good place to display it until I find another spot. It says in one of the nests you discover a tiny egg. So we have a tiny egg, which I'm guessing is in one of these packages. I am not sure, you guys. Let me go ahead and open it up. So let's see. I have a little bit of cotton. Yes, indeed. Oh my goodness. How special. We have this really nice box, by the way, and inside we have this tiny egg that has been emptied, so nothing's going to hatch, but that is so precious. It says in one of the nests you'll discover a tiny egg. It is empty and light as a feather. It is indeed. There is a bit of liminal magic in all hollows. Liminal meaning the space between things, right? So let me hold this up for you some more. It says, even one as small and fragile as this one, you could speak one precious wish into the egg, then keep it safe so that your wish has a place to come to life. Or crumble it into a protective powder to dust the cracks in your home. I can't do that. That's just, it is so precious and perfect. No way. I'm not crumbling it up. I will speak a wish into it. I love that. And then finally, we have a rough hewn bowl. And you guys, you know I love little trinket dishes. You know I love wood because I love the natural grain in it. And this one is just stunning, like top to bottom. It's a beautiful shape. It almost like glows from within, doesn't it? That's so pretty. It says, earlier this year, during a thunderstorm, the hollow tree dropped a limb because every part of her is precious. The wood scraps were salvaged to make small bowls. They are rough hewn and knotted. However, the holes, cracks, and ripples have their own beauty. They are the bits that remain of decades of memories, foraging birds, burrowing creatures, jostling winds, droughts, lightning strikes, and voices raised in song, tinkling bells. If you choose, you can use your bowl to share an offering from your own world with the hollow tree. Now, this doesn't seem very rough hewn. This actually seems like very perfectly turned. So there's not like any bark or anything on it. This actually just seems like such a precious treasure. I will probably keep my little egg inside of it because it's almost like a little nest, isn't it? That's so sweet. So it says, while inside the hollow tree, you glimpse a village lit by lanterns. One by one, the lights go out and the village becomes silent. And there's like a little picture of a lantern that's been drawn. Isn't that cool, you guys? And then what does this say all along the side? You dream into the hollow tree, easing past the bark. So it's like this whole other world. It's like the wardrobe door, right, into this other world. Now we have to find out what this is in here, you guys. I'm not really sure. So let me see if I can find my little letter opener, because you know I don't like to rip things open I like to be as neat as possible, even though, you know, out in the forest everything isn't super clean and super tidy. So let's see what we have in here. Usually there is a little trinket, a little hint at what next month's box is. So I think the September box may be close to sold out, if not already sold out. Again, I apologize for not sending this to you all sooner. So, ooh, yes, so it says next find is the mauinoel. So that's our little ticket. It's even on sort of like almost aged paper. But on the other side, it says the darkest corner of the hollow tree offers a tiny shining well glyph. Because it was plucked from the mauinoel, it will help you find your way. Breathe over it. In your mind's eye, a silver strand unfurls, leading into the ink black forest. So here is our little glyph, our tiny shining well glyph, our little hint, our little teaser for the mauinoel box that's coming up. You guys, this box just, it builds on it each month. You get excited for the next thing. I'm going to keep all of these little trinkets inside. So on that bead that I was holding up to you in that gorgeous color, there's little moon and stars. Hopefully you can see the moon now. Isn't that cool? So I love that. I love my little egg. I love my little not so rough hewn bowl. The Spanish moss and the fact that she actually gave us the hoop to display it, to hang it somewhere, is very lovely. And then of course, I just think this is super duper sweet. I've seen these before, honestly, in shops and always kind of wanted one. And I love that little tinkling bell. I'd probably have to hang it outside somewhere. And this is one of those things where it is very pretty like this, but I think it would also look very charming if it gets a little bit tattered by the wind from chiming and bringing you some magic. So Another fantastic box, and this is just so pretty. Like, I'm not usually a pin girl, but I love how natural this looks. So that would look really, really pretty on sort of a neutral colored scarf just to keep it in place, or even on like a felt hat. That would be a really nice little accent. Really great pieces this time. Every once in a while, sometimes I'm like, well, that's like a cute little display thing and it totally goes with the theme, but it's not necessarily the most useful. But we got an entire plant. We got some beautiful decor things. The egg maybe is the like least functional item, but I still love it because it just shows the intention and the care that she puts in curating this box every month. You guys, let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. If you haven't already, like I said, this is a really special box. It's definitely not for everyone, but the people who can kind of get into it, I think would really, really appreciate it. And I know some of you probably have friends or family members who you know would love to receive this mystery, this magic every single month. So as we move into the gift giving season, definitely keep this one on your radar. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up. I would truly, truly appreciate it. And I will see you all very, very soon in my next unboxing.